So, what are you cosplaying as?
I'm currently cosplaying as Pepper Potts, the wife
Oh,
now of
Pepper
Tony Stark.
Potts.
Yes.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
how did you come up with the name? The real Morgan Stark.
It was actually a friend's idea because I actually have on my list to cosplay adult Morgan Stark. And she was like, that could be such a good name to fit for your Instagram because I was looking for a new name at that time.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's why I chose it.
Nice.
And I like it. Yeah.
Hey, of course it works, and that's the
Yeah.
most important thing. So, how did you discover cosplaying?
It was actually by accident. So when I went to school, a good friend of mine did cosplay, and she always talked about how great it is and how she loved to do it. And one day I decided we had a con nearby, and it was like right after my birthday, and I decided, okay, I want to cosplay. So I asked my parents for the stuff to buy me for my birthday,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's how I came up with. And then I actually stopped cosplaying. It was one con, and then I stopped for like three, like one, no, well, like 2004. I think for some years, I don't know how many years.
Hmm.
And then I got back into it because of the Marvel movies, actually. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yep, the Marvel movies are really interesting and a lot of cool characters and everything.
Yes.
So, what
Yeah.
was your first cosplay?
It was actually Natasha Romanoff, the Black Widow,
Hmm.
the Winter Soldier version, actually.
Yeah,
And yeah.
yeah. So, what are your next three cosplay plans?
Um, Audrey from Descendant 3.
Okay.
Queen Anna and Pepper Potts Iron Man 2 version were the extremist version.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people they when they do Pepper Potts, they like to do her Iron Man cosplay, and I'm like, that's a lot of skill, that's a lot of talent.
It's it's on my list actually. A friend of mine, he's gonna help me build it actually because I'm not such a good crafter myself, so he's gonna help me with that.
Nice.
And we want to do that at the end of this year, so I could wear it next year.
Yeah, for me as a cosplayer, I have zero talent when it comes to sewing, armor making, or anything like that because I've never actually tried to do it. So I probably have the hidden talent, but I haven't done it yet. But the dress that's behind me is my wife made it for her cosplay for the Renaissance Festival that we have every year. We have
Nice.
a Renaissance festival here in Arizona where she basically made that dress all for herself, no pattern, and I was like, wow. So you can make that. Can you make my cosplays? Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So Connor commented in the chat. It says, "I heard helping. Here is her Tony slash Sherlock." Yeah.
Hi.
So he's
Yeah, he's
he's
the friend.
here in the chat with us.
Nice.
So have you ever been in a cosplay contest?
I actually never was as a contestant. I was two-time as a judge.
Oh, nice. As a judge,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. It was
Nice.
quite nice.
Yeah, it's always fun to be part of the masquerades. We call them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially I had so many other judges I was working with who were amazing. So it was really nice. I really enjoyed it.
So how's the cosplay community in Germany?
I would say it's definitely different than from the States.
Hmm.
We are definitely like we have sometimes problem to get the nicest stuff that you can literally buy in the stores or
Hmm.
online that we can't literally get. So we have to improvise with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely different. I mean, we're Germans, so
Yeah.
our whole personality is a different one. But I would say the biggest part of our cosplay community is sometimes we get a little bit judgy, so we judge each other a little bit too much. I would say, like for
Mm-hmm.
example, if I'm a Pepper Potts and there's another Pepper Potts, sometimes there's this judging going on between, like, yeah, I don't know, and stuff like
Yeah.
this, which I personally find really sad. I know there are a lot of other people out there who thinks about it,
Hmm.
but there are also good things in our community. For example, we're always helping each other. So if, for example, my costume broke down at one convention, we had this stand where we could go to, and they would literally like help us glue it back on or
Hmm.
sew it back on and stuff like that. And that is something I really enjoy about our community, because they
Yeah.
do it literally for free just to help each other out, and that's
Yeah.
quite nice actually.
Yeah, this is the same in Arizona. Well, I could only speak for Arizona instead of the whole of America, because I only live in one little state. But the cosplay community is always willing to help, no matter what you are, who you are, or how long you've been cosplaying. If your cosplay falls apart during a convention, there's always cosplay medics,
Yeah.
so they're all walking around with duct tape and safety pins and everything, and there's a big old medic sign on there, and it's like help, help, and they're like coming over. Hey, what's going on? Let's fix your cosplay. So that's the good. But yeah, the whole drama of cosplaying, it happens in America too. Uh, it's we think our cosplay is like the best of the best, and then we see something that's better, and we're like, no, 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 no. um,
I mean,
yeah.
when I went, like, I was one time on the States Comic Con. I was in New Orleans at the Wizard World Comic Con
Okay.
this year, actually, and I didn't found was that more judging. I think it was actually more open minded, because I was talking to so much cosplay, and they were really excited that I was a German girl. That they were like, "Are you from Germany? That's so nice." So we talked to each other, and they actually gave pretty good tips about cosplaying and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Whenever you're at when you're ever at a convention, yeah, you don't see the drama. You don't see the drama of cosplay because it's everybody's a nerd. Everybody's a geek. Everybody's having fun. And that's
yeah.
the great thing. Connor says hot glue, the best friend of a cosplayer. Now I would disagree because I live in the hottest state in the world, and where right now, as we speak, it's 116 degrees. That's roughly 42, 43 degrees
Oh my
Fahrenheit.
gosh,
Maybe
that
even
is a
close
lot.
to 50. I don't know. Um, yeah, let's look at the weather app real quick. Yeah, that's what's oh, sorry, it's only 109, which in Celsius, that would be 43 right now.
Oh
It
my
it
gosh.
is supposed to be up to 46 today.
Okay, I would die in that heat, definitely.
Like I said, hot glue maybe not the best for an Arizona cosplayer. Duct tape,
No.
yes, duct tape is the cosplayer's quick fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. And then German Signy 16 says, "I did it. You do it very well, Laura." So yeah, you got your friends
Yeah, she's also
commenting.
like she's actually like my cosplay mother. So she was literally the one who took me under her wing and told me a lot about cosplay. So
Nice.
we were literally just talking a few moments before the call. We were talking to each other, and she was
Yeah.
like, "You can do that." So
Yep.
yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Well, again, thank you for taking the time because I know it's late for you guys in Germany, and
It is. It is. It's currently 22:39. So it's
yeah, so
like
10:39. Yeah, um, yeah. Once again, I appreciate you taking the time. For me, it's
you're
only
welcome.
13:39 over here.
Yeah.
So it's like I still have my whole day ahead of me, whereas you're getting ready for
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Definitely.
so, do you prefer sewing, armor making, or wig working? Do you think
Sewing.
sewing?
Sewing.
So
I
you,
love
you
sewing my own costumes.
yeah,
It's the most fun part. I mean, sometimes I cry literally, especially some costumes I made. I literally cried for it because it was so hard to make. But I love literally sewing the most,
So
because
how
that's the
do
most
you use a
personal.
pattern? Do you get your patterns online, or do you just
Uh,
create it out of your head?
it it depends. So if I have some bigger project in mind where like, okay, I need some help, or I have something in mind where I'm like, I can't find a pattern, that's where I normally go to my sewing teacher, and she really
Oh
helps me
wow,
out with everything.
sewing
Yeah, she's
teacher. Wow, that's
yeah,
pretty
she's the
cool.
best.
That's
She's
pretty
the best.
cool.
Yeah, she's always like, I come up with all these crazy ideas, and she's like not into cosplay or into Disney or stuff like that. So always I
Hmm.
come up with a costume idea, and I'm like, hey, can we work on that and that? And she's always like, okay, that is who again, and what are we doing? So I
Yeah,
always
what
have
do
to
we
show her
do?
pictures
Yeah.
and explain
Whereas,
something.
in America, we all have patterns to different things. Like my Doctor Strange cosplay that we're working on, there's pattern of a wizard pattern that is
Yeah,
has Doctor Strange right on the front, and you're like, it's McCall's pattern.
yeah.
And
I mean, we have that. We have that. I actually used one of these patterns for my Belle cosplay, and
mhm,
will use one for my probably my Elsa one and my Ariel. So yeah,
yeah. So
I'm
the
using
most
all of them.
popular cosplays, there's always a pattern for it, but the
Yeah,
obscure ones, you have to create it out of your
yeah,
head.
definitely.
Yeah. So is there when you do a photo shoot for your cosplays, do you like to
Yeah,
do the green screen or do you like to go on location?
I love to go on locations. I'm not a green screen type actually. That's why quarantine was hard for me because I couldn't shoot at home with a green screen behind me. I always
Hmm.
have to go out. Like just today, I had a shoot with my Aquaman cosplay, my mirror one,
Yeah,
and we went
I saw that
into
on
like
the
yeah, I literally went into water, so it was like okay, let's do this. So yeah,
yeah.
I'm more like behind and more that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, because the good thing about Europe is you have amazing scenery.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
it's nice. I mean, I could walk out of my house and in half an hour I have a castle right in front of me.
Yeah,
So it's nice.
exactly. Yeah, that's the great thing about it is, like I said, I lived in Poland for 10 years. So I was able to look at all the beautiful scenery and all the beautiful
Yeah.
pictures of, the castles and, everything that is around there and made my way over to Germany for a little bit. But unfortunately, I was only in the border towns, and, Garlitz and everything like that. But a lot of people said you should have been to Berlin or to
Yeah.
Munich or and I was like, well, maybe next time, you know.
Yeah.
But what? Who are your favorite cosplayers?
Oh my god. That
Like
is so hard.
your top
My
three.
top three. Then would definitely be my cosplay mother.
Oh,
She's
thank you.
called
Sorry, somebody just told me that the caption said the wrong person. Thanks, Connor. Now we have the right caption. Now we're speaking to the real Morgan Stark. There we go. Sorry. And
um
still
so
getting
yeah,
used to the whole flip flop of the
that's very
technology part.
right. No problem at all. So yeah, it would definitely be my cosplay mom. She's
Yeah.
called German Sigyn, and she actually does Sigyn, the wife of Loki,
Oh wow,
for
nice.
now. And she does that now for 15 years, if I'm correctly. If not, she can correct me definitely. Yeah, she's amazing, and she
That's a
always
long
has
time.
helpful tips. And she actually got me started to cosplay her sister Nana, which I'm really excited to
Oh,
do.
nice. Very
And she gives
nice.
me all these nice tips about the Nordic mythology and stuff like that. So it's really helpful and nice for her.
Nice. Very nice.
Um,
Yeah, it's
another
always
favorite
fun. So,
uh,
another favorite cosplayer?
would be Cumbermatch. He's a UK Doctor Strange cosplay, and
Hmm.
he's amazing. I mean, his Doctor Strange is so mind
Oh,
blowing.
I never knew he was from UK. I always see him on TikTok, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I
he's
saw.
actually a cosplayer from UK.
Wow, he almost looks identical to uh,
Benedict
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah, better many.
Yeah,
It's like
and he does
it's
Sherlock, and I love Sherlock too.
mm,
So that's a
of
big.
course. Yep.
Oh,
Nice.
and my third one. Oh gosh, that is hard to decide actually.
Yeah.
But I have to go with my good friend, my Sherlock cosplayer, which we cosplay now a lot of stuff together. His name is Dark Galaxy Cosplay on
Hmm.
Instagram, and
Nice.
he's the best.
Nice. So, what is the most detailed cosplay that you've done?
Oh my god. That is hard to choose. So the most detailed one I did would be. I'm struggling actually between three of my cosplays. I'm struggling between Belle, Black Widow, and actually John Watson.
Oh, John Watson. Hmm. Nice.
Yeah, I actually yeah, that's an
So
very
Connor would be Sherlock and you would be Watson then. Nice.
yeah, but we also do like I'm also doing Irene Adler, I do Molly Hooper, and so we have this,
Nice.
and he does a lot of other things. He's also a Doctor Strange cosplayer, so
Very nice. Very nice.
that's why I also do Christine Palmer for him,
Oh, okay.
and also Everett Wasner for him. So we have that combos going on actually a lot.
Nice. So what cosplay tips could you give the new cosplayer? What do you think are your main tips to
Um,
go to?
choose a character you like, definitely.
Hmm.
Choose a character which you feel the most connected to and could really lift the personality. And don't mind if your wig looks stupid at the first Comic Con, or if you feel like, oh my god, all these other cosplayers are so great and stuff, and they have all these crazy skills, and I'm just here feeling so
Yeah.
scared. It doesn't matter at the end. At the end, you only cosplay the character you love, and everyone loves you. Like, listen, I was on my first Comic Con. I was so nervous. I was there with my mom, who it was quite funny,
Hmm.
and I was walking around. And I felt like, oh my gosh, is it really like something I want to do? Is it something I would feel good into, and also would I be recognized? And when the first cosplayer came up to me, like, "Hey, you Black Widow! Oh my god, I love your cosplay!" That made my
Yeah.
day. And
Yeah.
at the end, it was a nice weekend, and from there I progressed and progressed, and now I'm doing it for 2 years. So
Yeah.
quite nice.
So you said earlier that you took a sabbatical, like a break, from
Yeah.
cosplay. Why did you take a break?
Probably had to do a lot with that I had nobody to cosplay with, because I was there like one Comic Con, and then I was like, okay, it was good. I was there with my best friend, who literally went with me because I made her,
You're like, I
and
bought you a ticket. We're going.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like this.
Kind of a
And
thing.
after that, I was like, I have no one to cosplay with, and then I think at that point, my an actress I loved went to Stuttgart Comic Con, and on my way there, I actually made the first cosplayers, and we talked to each other. It was nice, and then on that day, I actually met a lot of people, and then we kept in contact. And from there on, I had always someone I could count on would be on that Comic Con, or I could go with them, and that was really helpful. But it was definitely my cosplay mom who kept me into the cosplay, and really, really helped me a lot with progressing.
Yeah, exactly. So, German Signy says the most important tip, everyone, is no matter what you want, cosplay, just start. Just get into it, dive in. You
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
definitely.
Well, 10 years ago, cosplay was not the norm. You were the outcast if you dressed up. If you went to Comic Con, you were the nerd, the geek. And now it's like, oh wow, you're going to a con. Everybody's dressed up. Everyone's having fun, and
Yeah.
it's not such a bad stigma now. So, what would you say is your favorite cosplay you've done? No, no, I'm not sorry. The worst cosplay horror story. That's what.
Okay, the worst cosplay horror story is probably the worst cosplay horror story would be on a con as Black Widow,
Mhm.
having opened up the zipper by a Deadpool cosplayer, and I was standing there in my bra at the Comic Con. Yeah,
What?
that was, yeah, that
Somebody
was,
somebody unzipped your shirt and just went, "Phew," and you're like,
yeah, and I was there in a bra literally in front of him, and
thanks.
yeah,
Wow. That's not fun. See,
no,
the worst thing that cosplay has, and this is because of the fans of cosplay, is that the sexualization of cosplayers. That like, oh, you're dressed like Black Widow. You have to be sexy. You have to be,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I found sometimes sad that sometimes, like for example, he was a Deadpool cosplayer, and we know how Deadpool is at that time. He's
Deadpool. Yeah,
crazy. He
yeah,
just does a lot of stuff like that. But at that moment, I was like, you took a step too far, literally.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Now,
I'm also
if he
I'm
goes up to you and says, "Hey, what we're gonna do is we're gonna in this shoot, I'm gonna unzip your shirt. Are you comfortable with that?" Then you would be
yeah,
like, "Okay, we're good. I know what's coming." Whereas, like, if you don't know what it is and people laughing and pointing at you, it's your self esteem
yeah,
goes from here to here.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, for me, I'm like an open mind person. If someone comes up with a crazy idea to me, I'm mostly open minded about it. For
Hmm.
example, I had a Captain America cosplayer and I was dressed as Peggy Carter and we were
Hmm.
talking and at one time I came up actually with the idea. I was like, could you lift me up and carry me in your arms? Like that would look
Yeah.
cute, and he did it. And that was something like we talked about each
Yeah.
beforehand before we did it. So it wasn't like a surprise for him or for me, and
Yeah.
it
Exactly.
worked out in the end. So yeah.
No, it's fun, and plus, also, I don't know if it's the same in Germany, but the cosplay after parties—they're always fun.
Sadly, some Comic Cons don't have these, but
Oh.
yeah, we have like one Comic Con who does like a party in, so it's like 2 days, and on the one day there's this after con party where everyone like dresses up again in another character or literally comes in
Yeah.
civil, like normal clothes, and we literally just dance around, having fun, talking to each other, doing literally crazy stuff,
Yeah.
like dancing the Macarena or
Yep.
something like this.
And
It's
having fun.
definitely fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, though, because of the whole coronavirus, now we are stuck at home. We can't go out to cons. We can't go out to party. The discotecas or the clubs are all closed down. You can't have fun outside, really. How are you adapting?
It's hard actually, because I'm used to like going out each weekend to a Comic Con, meeting my friends. So we stuck a lot of online conversations, literally. I think now this year I talked to so many friends online for hours and hours, where we talked about cosplay plans or
Hmm.
stuff. Or literally we did some shoots together, which was fun. Or we met each other actually in real life just for
Hmm.
coffee or something, so we can have at least some normalcy.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like for example, a friend of mine actually, my Sherlock and I were planning now a John Locke photo shooting for this
Hmm.
year. So yeah, we went shopping the other day to buy me a new suit for my cosplay. So it was quite nice actually to do stuff like this, which we normally couldn't do when they would be cons.
Yeah, exactly. Because now you have more time to make your cosplay the
Yeah,
best. So that
yeah, exactly.
next year it'll be really great of a cosplay. Whereas you have more time now to perfect your cosplays. Um,
Definitely.
One thing that a lot of people are upset is because of the whole mask mandates and you have to wear a mask out in public, that, oh, even if we did bring back the cosplays, that um, we would still have to wear a mask inside the convention center probably. So yeah, like, oh, you can have your cons, but guess what? You're wearing a mask. So now we have to go. Okay, what's a cosplay that I can do that has a mask? It's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and I was talking to a friend. He was like, yeah, what are we gonna do? That's gonna be impossible. I'm like, Mortal Kombat. Every character has a mask, you know. So it's
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. There you go. Put the little mask on. There you go. No problem. There's always a cosplay that you can do to every situation.
Yeah.
Uh, so, what do you think is the funniest cosplay story? Would it be the Captain America one, or do you think you have a different one?
That's hard. I have a lot of good stories.
Well,
um,
that's good though. It means that you have a lot of experience in cosplay, and it's fun
Um, but one
for
of
you.
the funniest stories would actually be when I was at a convention as Belle in my big, beautiful yellow bell gown,
Mm-hmm.
and I met another cosplayer who is a different Deadpool that I was talking before. He's a good friend also, and he's such a nice guy. And I came up with the idea. Okay, so Deadpool, it could be the Beast, and I could be like Belle, and we had this beautiful fountain there. So I was like, hey, can you like step into it and carry me out of the water, maybe?
Yeah.
So we were walking, and then when he took the step out of the water, he literally slipped, and I fell down. He fell down, and we were both laughing. And he was like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Oh my god, are you okay? Oh my god, I killed Belle. Oh my god, no!"
Yeah.
And I was laughing my ass off. I was lying there. I was like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm fine." Literally, the bell gown was like this big, and yeah, it helped break
Nice.
the fall.
Nice.
So that was funny. And we have the autumn video. Actually, that's more funny.
Yep. So is Connor said, or shop a new suit for 1895, John. Sorry, that timing. Must be an inside
Yeah.
joke. Must be an inside joke.
So I was talking about, yeah, we were shopping the other day, and I was looking for like a suit for my cosplay for my John, because I want to do the 95 version.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like walking around the stores and looking at pants and stuff, and people were looking at each other, and we literally went out laughing and looking. We like, hey, that could look good. Hey, that could look good. And that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more like an inside joke, but yeah, it's a good inside joke.
Nice. So do you think in Germany, people are like open to cosplayers? Like when you're walking around the city in your cosplay, people are like, the heck is that? That's stupid. Or they're like, ooh, that's cool. Can I get a picture? Yeah.
So it depends. I had both reactions actually. It depends actually which character you're wearing and in which city you are.
Mm,
So, for example, if I'm Disney, kids will come up to me and be like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, you fell! Oh my god,
Yeah.
can we take a picture?"
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Exactly.
But there's sometimes characters where people are like, "What are you? What are you doing? You look
Yeah.
stupid."
Yeah.
Or they will give you like this crazy stares, like,
Just Yeah.
"What the
Yep.
heck?"
Exactly.
So
No,
yeah.
it's the same. It's the same everywhere, and in Germany, it's a very international city as well, or state, or country. Blah. Yeah, it's like it's a very international country because there's Americans there, there are Germans there, there are Polish people there, they're everywhere. It's a melting pot.
Yeah,
And so
that's
yeah,
true.
um, German Signy says we had the mad idol to make a doctor out of our cosplay character. That was quickly discarded. Idea probably the mad idea of making to make a doctor out of our cosplay character.
Yeah, like we had this crazy idea. Like if you that's you come always come up with crazy ideas after literally 12 o'clock when we have a phone call, and we come
Yeah,
up with this crazy ideas.
exactly.
So we came up with an idea to make all the Avengers as
Oh,
doctors, as cosplayers. So we
okay.
have literally like deciding who could be who from like Grey's Anatomy, for example. And we were thinking about doing that, but yeah, the idea was quickly vanished. But
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and one comment that Connor says is it's not Halloween or Carnival anymore, so stop dressing up. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, kind of like yeah. It's true because you get that all the time. I remember when I was in full Deadpool cosplay and I was walking down downtown Phoenix. I had a cop stop and pull me over. It's like, hey, we got some few phone calls. I'm like, yeah, here, you wanna search me? Go ahead. The guns are fake. It's okay. It's like, go ahead.
Wow.
But because it's true because Deadpool, he's strapped. He's got all the guns and swords on him, and which was funny because the convention I went to, I had to leave my gun at the concession stand because we couldn't bring it in because a few years ago there was an idiot that came to a convention with a gun and wanted to shoot an actress
Oh my
that was
god.
over there, so that's why the convention center said if it looks like a gun you're not bringing it in. And so
Yeah.
that pissed off a lot of cosplayers because their whole weapons and everything, they're like, this is part of my cosplay. and now you can't. Sorry. And so
Yeah.
you have to be more creative of your cosplays now. Yeah, but yeah, if you're walking around downtown as Spider-Man, you're gonna get stopped at least 100 times by kids and adults and say, "Hey, Spidey, let me take pictures. Spidey, let me take a picture." And you're like, "All right, yeah, that's cool. Let's go. Come on, do it." Uh, this character in the back, the dress. This is not a cosplay. I guess you could kind of say it resembles Claire from Outlander.
Yeah.
But this dress behind me is a Renaissance dress that my wife made on of her own vision, her own creation, and it's I guess it really resembles Claire from Outlander. Uh, yeah. So, what is the best in character interaction that you've had, where you were in full cosplay, and what's the best?
Oh,
Thank you.
oh God. This is so hard again. But I had a lot of great interactions in cosplay. But I think one of the funniest is I went as Natasha again, as a
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow again to a convention, and I saw Clint Barton from
Oh,
a distance, and I was
yep,
like, oh my God, we have a Hawkeye,
yeah.
and I
We
was
have
like
a
freaking
Hawkeye.
out
There you
because
go.
Hawkeye is such a rare character here in Germany. Not a lot of people cosplay him,
Oh,
sadly, which is yeah, it's sad. So I was like walking towards him, and he saw me. And he was like, shit. Black Widow's coming. Black Widow's coming. I have to hide. I have to hide. So he literally went up to Captain America cosplay and hide behind him. And I was
yeah.
like, okay, this is gonna be so much
It's
fun.
like
So I
this would
walked
be
up to
fun.
him.
Yeah.
This is gonna be real fun. I walked up to him and was like, Agent Barton, how are you? And he was like, Agent Romanoff, it's nice to see you. Are you still mad about last week and this little training incident? And I was like, you know, no, I'm not. You fell down the stairs the other day. That was funny. So weird and
Nice.
good. And then we literally broke out of character and started
Yeah, of
talking. Like,
course,
what?
of
Some
course.
rare character moments.
Yep.
Or I had one with a Nick Fury actually,
Oh.
with the director as
Yeah.
Natasha. It was fun. So I saw him, he saw me, and he walked up to me. He was like, Agent Romanoff. And I was like, Director Fury, how are you? What are you doing here? He was like, keeping an eye out of my two spies. I know you two cause a lot of mischief again. And so yeah, good
Nice.
interactions.
Very nice. Yeah, I would have said, "Did you come back from the dead?" Yeah, no, yeah, that was the sad. I think it's good, by now that everybody knows Endgame. Everybody's seen Endgame like 500
Yeah,
times. She dies, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. It's the
yeah, it
saddest
breaks my heart
moment. It's
still.
one of the saddest moments besides Iron Man dying. That's
Uh, it is, especially when you in your full Natasha cosplay watching the movie.
oh, and you're like, well, you're dead. Get out of here. And then it's like,
Literally, I was sitting there, my whole Natasha gear, and then that same came on, and I was like, no, 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 no. And then
yeah,
she died, and I was like, no, that could happen. I mean, what the heck?
we
And
don't.
one guy in the back literally screamed at me, and he was like, what do you say now, Natasha? And
It's like, shut
I was,
up, shut
I was
up.
crying. I was
Yeah,
crying. I looked at him dead
yeah.
in the eye. I was like, if you say one more word, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
And
No,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Connor says we don't talk about this or the end. Never happened. Yeah,
Nope,
exactly.
definitely not.
No, it was funny because I was watching Endgame with my daughter, and she was in tears because she's a huge Iron Man fan. Like Iron Man is
Yeah.
her goatee, and Spider Man. Iron Man, Spider Man, and she was just distraught. She's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, "Wow, dude, it's a
That's
movie. It's
super.
okay."
Yeah.
And but
It
you
broke me
you get
too.
emotionally attached to these characters, and that's the
Definitely,
good thing.
definitely.
And especially when
Definitely.
you oh, and I guess Connor was Tony at the time, so
Yeah, he is also Tony. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We have a lot of stuff in common. So, we're actually doing also a wedding version of Tony and Pepper.
very nice, very nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
we probably gonna cry when we wear this together.
Of course, of course. So, have you ever cosplayed with a family member?
I have with my cousin actually.
With your what?
With my cousin.
With your cousin. Was that
Yeah, it
was
was
that a good experience or a bad experience?
it was amazing. So literally,
Okay.
she lives in the States. She lives in New Orleans. So I
Okay.
flew there
Nice.
for Christmas, and at that time when it came out that Wizard was gonna be, I was like, I have to go there. I have to go.
Hmm.
So she was like, okay, we can go there together. But she said, okay, I want to dress up also because I feel like stupid when I don't dress up. So we were talking about okay, which character could she do? So we came up with good characters for her, and it was such a nice idea, such a great fun. And she was like, "Oh, I'm enjoying that. I should do that more often." I was like, "Yeah, do it. It's fun."
Yeah. Exactly. It's always fun to get your family involved or friends involved. So, what do you think is your favorite cosplay photo of yourself?
My favorite cosplay photo of myself would probably be the Black Widow picture you picked for the announcement.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool picture for the advertisement, like the smoke and
Yeah,
everything. That was very,
yeah, that
very
was a
nice.
cool idea from one guy.
Nice, very nice. So,
Yeah.
what is your go-to stores? Like in Germany, where do you go to get your materials? Where do you go to? Do you have cosplay stores, or do you have to be
Like
creative?
we have like this Halloween stores or stuff like this, where we can like go to buy our stuff, but they're not the best quality. So
Hmm.
my go-to place is when I need fabric sewing stores. For example, when I need wigs, it's actually Amazon because Amazon has some really nice and good wigs.
Yep, a lot of people like to when they're ordering online. It's Arta wigs, ARTA. You know, Arta wigs. They're
Yeah,
pricey. They're pricey, but they're very high quality.
yeah,
And I'm like, well, I don't feel like paying $70 for a wig right now.
the same for me. So literally, I normally buy on Amazon because they are actually pretty cheap and good.
Yeah, nice, very good. Any other stores that you'll go to?
Um, no, actually, mostly or AliExpress.
AliExpress. Yep, that's what a lot
Yeah.
of people like to do go to for EVA foam and everything. They like to go to
Um,
AliExpress and
I never bought EVA from there. I bought like some custom pieces, costume there before.
oh,
So
nice.
yeah,
Okay, very nice. So,
nice.
do you prefer to buy pre-style wigs or do you like to style them on your own?
It depends on the wigs. So for some wigs, I like to freestyle buy them. So like for example, my Black Widow, like my Pepper wig is pre-styled.
Oh, that's a
I
wig.
just
I thought that was your hair.
no, it's a
Good job.
wig.
Good job.
Thank you. No, it's a wig. Like my hair is not that
I was
sadly.
like,
But
okay, you know.
no, that's a wig. But yeah, that's a wig. But for some wigs, I buy them like pre-styled, or I
Mhm.
have another cousin who is in hairdress. She's a hairdresser, so she
Oh yeah.
normally does my wigs
So
when
she's
I
like,
ask
give
her
me your
to.
hair,
So,
and I'm like, yeah, exactly.
yeah, I'm gonna be
Nice.
like, hey, cousin, I need this hairstyle. Can you do that? So yeah,
So have you ever been mistaken as a different character in
yeah,
cosplay?
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I was for example, mistaken as Laura Croft. I don't know
Uh,
why.
wow, mistaken
Oh,
as Laura Croft when you were in Black Widow cosplay.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Or for example, I was
That's
mistaken.
kind of like mistaking Spider-Man for somebody else. Just like you kind of did you ever see the movies? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes people probably, I don't know,
No,
but
it's the same with me with animated characters. I always mistaken
yeah,
them from someone else. It's like, oh, you look
yeah.
like the guy from One Punch Man. It's like, no, I'm guy from Persona 5. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the same character. Yeah.
No, but yeah, that was like one mistake actually, and yeah, I don't have that much like
No.
mistakes made.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So have you? So what's the biggest con that you've cosplayed at?
Okay,
Maybe the New
probably.
Orleans one. I don't know. Is that
Yeah,
pretty big?
probably choosing between Wizard World or the Comic Con in London.
In
That
where?
were my two. London Comic
London.
Con.
Oh, London Comic Con. Oh,
Yeah.
that's probably bigger than New Orleans. Yeah, London is
Mm,
pretty big.
yeah, they proved pretty nice actually.
Yeah, nice, very nice. So, do you prefer to cosplay solo or with a group?
With a group, it's more funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
definitely.
you
We have.
afraid that somebody will not dress up or show up, and then all of your, like, let's say you want to be the Sailor Moon girls, and then one of the Sailor Moon girls is out, and you're like, oh, now it does make sense. Yeah,
No. Um, I'm lucky. My friends are mostly cosplayers.
that's good.
So we always come up with great ideas and great groups, and we talk a lot about like, hey, ooh, I'm going to Disney.com. What you wearing? So you kind of
So
decide
you
what the other wearing.
match up
So
with them. Very nice. So, have you
yeah,
ever lost a piece of your cosplay at a con?
yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, yes. Sometimes it's sad, but yeah, I lost from my John cosplay his walking stick actually.
Oh, not fun. Yep.
Yeah,
It's where you're like, hold this, and then they put it down somewhere, and you're like, where did that go? And they're like, oh, you were trying to
yeah,
retrace your steps, and you're like, I lost it somewhere. No,
yeah.
it's hard because sometimes those pieces can cost a lot of money. Sometimes oh, Connor apparently did not know that. You what? So,
Yeah, I lost it. Like I never got it back. So yeah, it's lost.
that's he apparently is distraught. So have you ever been on a cosplay panel before?
I was watching, mostly watching. Never did one by
Yeah,
myself before.
maybe that's something in the future. You could run a cosplay panel.
I would love to.
Yep, I've ran a couple panels myself. They're fun.
Oh,
They're fun.
nice.
Yeah, they're fun to do. So, how do you prefer to to make your cosplays versus buy them, or do you think sometimes you have to buy them just to get this cosplay started?
It actually depends on the cosplay. I have to say, some cosplays I actually buy because I'm like, okay, no, I don't like these. No, that's too hard. No, I will probably cry my eyes out if I do that.
Yeah,
But sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to do this cosplay by myself because all these cosplay you could buy out there I don't like, so I want to make it by myself because I can make it better.
yeah. So Connor
So,
says that he found you a new one. So don't worry.
oh,
So
thank you.
his inner Sherlock. See, you
Yeah,
didn't
he's
need it.
Yeah, he's like the cutest. He always like finds me stuff if I need some. So if I'm looking for something, I normally text him I'm like, "Hey, do you have an idea where I could get that, or that?"
Nice.
And he's like, "Yeah, just give me a second," and sending me all links and stuff. So
Very nice. So,
yeah,
if you could tell your past self anything about cosplay, what would you say to your past self?
enjoy it.
Enjoy it?
Really live the moment, the Comic Cons, and you're gonna make a lot of great friends and a lot of good, honest, and true friends who are always there for you, even if you're in a dark mode or if you have a dark mind or dark moments, and
Yeah.
they're always there for you.
So, if you had to pick, what would be the your ultimate dream cosplay to do?
My ultimate dream cosplay would be Elsa from Broadway. The Broadway Elsa.
Oh, the Broadway Elsa. Why is that?
Yeah, that costume is my dream. I love the sparkles, the wig, everything on it, and that's what.
So
Besides, like,
did you see Frozen on Broadway or something?
never did. Sadly,
Oh,
never did. But it's coming. hopefully when Corona's over, it's actually planned to start next year here in Hamburg, so in
Oh,
Germany.
nice. Very
We will
nice.
get it next year, hopefully. Then I'm definitely gonna watch it. But I saw the pictures pop up on Instagram one day, and I was like,
So
from
you're
the
like,
first moment, I was in love. I was like, I want that. I want that.
yeah,
Give it.
exactly. I think we all have that where we see that ultimate dream cosplay and it's like, whoa. Yeah. So like, my ultimate dream cosplay would be the Doctor Strange outfit, but of course I'm a lot chunkier in the front, so I have to slim it down a little bit.
Once
So
against chunky, yeah. I mean, I'm not the skinnest at all, and I cosplay like Black Widow with the skin tight suits
yeah,
and the mirror, and I have some fats on me
yep,
and some more pounds than others, but I live happily with them. And
yeah. That's the good thing about cosplay is there's a lot
yeah,
of body positivity, and that's the good thing about it. There's a cosplayer that I know that I met over a con called Haggard Hagrid Cosplays,
yeah,
and he's big guy. But you'll see him in a Sailor Moon cosplay. You'll see him in a Belle cosplay. You'll see him in a Wario cosplay, and it doesn't matter. It's like
right.
um the Doctor Strange concept at the art in the Iron Man suit. Oh, nice. That's interesting. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Doctor Strange as Iron Man. That's interesting. That would be
Yeah,
pretty cool. No, there's always a cool thing about cosplay because you could always do cross-platform things. You could be a
definitely.
Iron Man, Spider Man, just like they just did. Right now. It's the
Yes.
suit that is the Iron Man suit for Spider Man, and
It's definitely like this, and you can always like what I like is you can come up with a lot of like ideas for characters. For example, for
mm-hmm.
Pepper, we don't never see her like in a wedding gown in the MCU before, but you
No,
can come
yeah,
up with that.
mm-hmm.
Or I can came up or I can become a pregnant Pepper Potts, which we also never have seen in
Yeah,
the MCU before. But that's like a good thing about us cosplayer. We can be open
yeah,
minded and we can like get in all these crazy ideas and fan theories and yeah,
yeah. You get to enjoy everything because Pepper had to be pregnant at one point. She did have Morgan.
yeah,
Just
and
saying, you
we
know.
can make the belly happening.
Yep, exactly, and yeah, a pillow it makes you pregnant just like that. Um,
Definitely.
so, what is the most difficult thing about cosplay? Would you say?
Traveling in a cosplay or getting in and out of cosplay without help.
Yeah,
Definitely, I have some cosplay pieces where I need help for literally
you're
everything.
like, I have to use the bathroom, but I have like a corset on, or some,
That is not the worst.
yeah,
Actually, the worst part is in my Black Widow. My armpits, like here, are too tight. So if it gets sweaty, it sticks to my skin, and then I have to pee. It's
you're like,
always like, somebody, please help me peel out of this suit,
yeah,
please.
yeah. One thing that I was told, whenever you have a piece of armor, that you put felt on the inside and then attach it. Then when you sweat, it doesn't make you sticky. Interesting.
Yeah, that's sadly doesn't have it, but yeah. Or
Yeah,
for example, my big bell gowns. It's always impossible. Like almost, if you have to pull everything
right.
together to pee. So
Yeah, and exactly. It's impossible for people to use the restroom in these cosplays at some
you
point.
never does it.
For
Like for example, there are comic cons in some cosplays. You don't go use the bathroom
it's
at
like,
all.
well, I'm just not gonna use the
Nope.
restroom. No, I was in a Spidey suit one year, and I asked the security officer if he could unzip me so I could go to the bathroom. So I was like, man, I have to use the restroom. So plus they always say, hey, here, have the ultimate drink for like $6, and you can refill it every single station. I'm like, that's not good. But
No.
yeah, when you're in a hot cosplay, you're going to be sweating. You're going to need to hydrate. Otherwise, you're going to pass out. That's
Yeah, that's
one.
when it's always good you're in a group and you have friends with
Yep.
you who
Just
literally can
like
like
unzip me
help you
and
do that.
go to the bathroom. Yep. Exactly. That's
Yeah,
why it's always good to go as a group.
definitely.
That's one tip that a lot of people like to say is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Don't be afraid, especially when you're living in a state that is 44 degrees Celsius. You have to
Def-
hydrate, otherwise you're gonna pass
Definitely.
out. Whereas in
Definitely.
Germany, it's the average temperature is 30s. In the summer.
Sometimes it's hotter.
Yeah.
Like in some comic cons, we don't have like normally the convention centers don't have AC on in the summer, so it's get yeah. Germany and AC, we
What?
don't. Yeah, we don't have like this
What?
AC like you have there, like here.
Ouch.
So sometimes you have conventions in a glass center, so there's a whole building full of glass. It's summer and they don't have an AC on, and you're literally
It's
there
like
inside, and it feels like 40,
an
45
oven.
degrees in there. So
Yeah, it's like an oven.
yes,
So, in your
definitely.
opinion, what makes a cosplayer a pro cosplayer?
Um, I mean, it's like hard, like pro cosplay. Me, it's like when you can make money with it,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Okay.
have like this standard, I would say, where you like, okay, really invest in your costumes and the quality, and really be the character. Like for example, like can
Yeah.
really portray the character. For example, be like Elsa, like in the movies, is from the personality and everything. That would be a pro cosplay for me. I would.
Yep. And German Signy says Signy is in the MCU either, but I've wanted to do it since I started cosplay, and now 12 years later, I have 15 different versions of her. And with one of the few cosplayers who goes over the con with cosplay dolls. Interesting.
She is, yeah. She has like these baby dolls, and they're so cute. They look like real babies, literally.
Yeah,
They're
that's
heavy.
nice.
They really like. Was allowed to hold them,
Yeah,
um, and they really like weigh like a newborn baby. Actually, they
nice.
really you have to
Well,
hold
that
them, and
that's that's really good that Germany has a really good cosplay group kind of like scene, so that you can have fun and enjoy each other's company and everything like that. Because whereas a lot of people say, "Oh, it's an American thing," it's an American thing, and now it's becoming a worldwide thing, and yeah, sure, we can go to a store and go to a cosplay store and get the material that we need like that. And like for us, it's always Joanne's Fabrics or
yeah,
Michael's or SAS Fabrics, and whereas in Germany, you don't have a Michael's, you don't have arts and crafts stores, and which was like one thing that living in Poland I found weird because my wife, she's very artsy craftsy, and so she always had to make everything from scratch. It's whereas in America we have everything instant, instant mashed
yeah,
potatoes, instant everything. You just add water. Whereas in Poland or in Germany, probably the same. You have to peel those suckers. You have to create that. It's insane
yeah.
how you have to be creative in everything that you do. And I think that's what
Mm-hmm.
makes cosplayers really unique, is because European cosplayers, they're doing everything from scratch. Sometimes they're even doing things without a pattern. They're looking at the picture and they're like, "Yeah, I could do that. Let's do this. Okay, put this on." And that's what makes it admirable. So, in your opinion, what is the favorite part of cosplaying?
I think it's coming together on comic cons or for photo shoots and just enjoying the time and having fun and meeting people who have the same opinions, are the same fans from the same fandom, and you can literally discuss a lot of things with, and
Hmm.
ship a lot of people together and stuff like this. This is just amazing.
Now, would you say is the worst thing about cosplay? Because like everything, there's good and there's evil. What do you think is like the bad thing about cosplay?
The hate
The
and
hate.
the hate. I mean, it's so sad when you see cosplayers getting hated for, like, example, because they're like have a few pounds more on their like ribs, and be doing a skinny character, for example.
Mhm.
It's like, I for me, I'm not a skinny person myself. There are
Yeah.
some, for me, I wouldn't do like Lara Croft because I wouldn't feel comfortable in that cosplay. But if someone from my skin type wanted to do it, I would be like, hey, do it. I love doing to support you and see what you came up with. And other people would be like, no, you can't do that. Lara Croft is a skinny character. You can't do that. You are too fat. And that's
Yeah.
something which I found, especially in the community, really sad. And the hate comments and that you sometimes get a lot of like negative input from others.
Yep. Connor says the biggest issue are the LEDs. The most are not bright enough. Yeah, true. LEDs are not bright enough. It's true.
Yeah, we have like, for example, when you came up with Joanne's, I went there and I was so shocked about like this diversity of
Oh yeah,
fabrics, and I
because
was
you've
like,
been to New Orleans. Yeah, it's true. Yep.
yeah. So like that was on my list. I want to go to Joanne's.
You gotta
I
go.
had
It's
some like,
Joanne's. Gotta go to Michael's.
yeah, I
Yeah,
had some stores I definitely had to like go to
yeah,
buy me stuff, and I went
exactly.
into Joanne's and I was like so shocked about all that cool stuff you could buy, like from the fabrics, for
Yeah.
example, that I was there like, okay, I want that, I want that, I want that, and I want that also, and give me that, and give me that.
Oh yeah, trust
So
me. If we had like unlimited amount of money to be able to spend, I think we would go crazy, like with what we want to buy for our cosplays. Because the one
yeah,
thing, I don't know if it's the same in Germany, but in Poland, I was talking to Doroshek earlier, whereas Polish people don't make a lot of money, and so when you have one job and then you have to go to another job, and yet you find time to get enough money to do cosplays. It's a miracle, kind of. Would you say it's like the same in Germany, like where you have like this is how much money I make, this is how much my rent is, this is how much I have left for cosplay?
I would say yeah, it depends actually on the people. For
Mm-hmm.
example, for me, I'm still like
A
a student
student,
kind of.
yeah,
Um, I'm living at my parents, so I'm lucky don't have to pay rent.
yeah,
So that money I don't have to pay rent, I could put into my cosplays, for example.
nice,
Um, but other people they have to save up. For example, when I want to cosplay, I also have to save up. There are some cosplays I really had to save up. For example, Natasha, I had to save up because she was expensive, and I knew that. So I was like each month putting amount of money behind so I could use that towards the cosplay.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, we also have to see what the money looks because conventions can be expensive to go there, the
Mm-hmm.
hotels, the drive, the food there, the drinks there, and everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
we have to sometimes also look for.
Yeah, I catch you on that one, expensive cosplays because I was looking at all the material that we have to buy for the Doctor Strange cosplay, and roughly it's going to cost around $300 to $400 for just the materials alone. I was like,
Okay,
whew.
I think my Sherlock knows better because he did his own Doctor Strange also.
Yeah,
So I don't know how much he paid for his, but I think it was like a little bit cheaper or roughly
yeah.
the same. I can't remember, but
The
um,
problem is that like my wife, whenever she does a cosplay, she wants authenticity. So she's looking at the MCU Doctor Strange, and she's like, okay, I need that certain color, and we need to stress it a little bit. We need this certain color. I'm like, well, just get the blue, get blue. And she's like, no, it has to be like royal blue or like shimmering blue. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be forever. But I know
it
that the finished product is gonna be amazing.
it is. I mean, I'm there. Like we have this perfectionist cosplayer, I would call them, who literally look into every little single detail. And for
Yeah,
me, it's like, okay, that's blue. That looks the close same. I just buy it and I use it. But there are cosplays where I'm like, okay, I have to be accurate. Like my John, my new one, is gonna be pretty
mhm.
accurate because my Sherlock, he's a perfectionist and he helped me pick out that outfit. So that was
Yeah,
like, no, we can't use that pants. It has to be that pants and it has to be that.
nice.
So for me, it would be like, okay, I just use that and I just use that and mix it together.
And it'll be good. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Connor says the hate for literally everything what doesn't look like just like the character. It's sad in Germany. Well, because I think that's part of what cosplay used to be, where you were only dressed in cosplay if you were at a premiere of a movie, and you have to look identical to the character. And I think that's the whole thing. And now cosplay is getting to your own version of a cosplay is going to be the cooler one. Whereas, oh, you look like Spider-Man. Good, bravo, good job. Oh, wait, you're a fat Spider-Man? Oh, what? With coffee? Okay, that's interesting. What are you? And then hence why we have Into the Spider-Verse is Parker B. Whereas now Spider-Man's fat and retired and he has a army jacket on and, it's great. He has two
Yeah.
different shoes on. It's funny. And
Yeah.
and so that's a good thing. I guess for Levi it was 130 euros for the material. Not no, it's just blue. It's marine blue. It depends on the light, and it shifts between the dark blur and bright blue. Yeah, exactly.
There you have it.
Yeah,
He
there you
found the
go.
perfection.
Yep, he's got it down to a science.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
for example, I have a question actually about, like, for example, about Doctor Strange, or like John Watson. I text him, I'm like, like this and that, is it like more this color? Is it more like this color? And he always like, he's like, no, it's that color and that specific color. And
nice.
so
No, it's
yeah.
always good to have cosplay friends on
Yeah.
at your whim. So you're like, wait, I want to do this cosplay, but I don't know what this is and everything. Because you're in the younger generation, I'm in the older generation. Whereas like I'm 39, almost 39 years old, and whereas you're 19, you're in your prime of your life
20
there, and
now, yeah. I should change my bio
oh,
definitely.
it's all right, no big deal. But yeah, whereas you have the time to actually get really into this and everything, and of course, me, the older I get, the more money I have. That's how it is. The more money you have to cosplay, and there's always a character, no matter how old you are, that you can cosplay as. You know, when I'm 60, I can cosplay as Archibald from the Umbrella Academy,
Odin,
Odin
for
from
example, Odin.
Thor. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't
Or old
matter.
Howard Stark or something. Yeah, they always like, you have this different age group
Oh,
cosplay,
so
and it's
he did pay around 300 euros without the eye of Agamotto
Agamotto. Yeah.
and slinging. Yeah. So yeah, 500. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
500 to 600 euros. Yeah, that's usually what it
Yeah.
is. It's
Yeah, it is.
expensive. Cosplay is expensive. If you want authenticity, you're going to have to pay for it. Of course,
Yeah.
when you just want to be like like a Todoroki Slytherin, like one con I did. I have a Slytherin sweater because I'm a Slytherin. I don't know if you can see it. Here, we'll just
Oh,
show you over there. The dark
nice.
mark. I'm a Slytherin, so I got the dark mark. But yeah, it's wow. Your cosplay dolls are 5,000 euros. Whew, that's a lot.
They are. They are. But
Wow.
they're worth it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they are. You know. But I'm looking at an Iron Man suit right now that costs like $10,000. But you know, I'm never gonna buy it unless I make it really huge in cosplay business. I would never
Yeah.
spend $10,000 on a cosplay, but this one is an
So,
amazing thing. It's a full armor. You step out of the suit. You know, yeah, it's crazy. It's like it'll close in on you. It's built for your body. It's crazy. But yeah,
not
it's
bad at
it's
all.
on fullbodyarmor.com, or and you see like a Halo suit or an Iron Man suit, or I think they have the Pepper Potts Iron Man suit too as well. And you could get the basic one for $5,000, but if you want the voice
Yeah.
changer, the everything, you step out of it, the sound effects, you're paying 10,000.
I mean, Michelle and I, we literally came up with, we were talking the other day and like making maths about how much my Pepper Potts armor would me cost, and we came up with, I think, 400, 500. if we build it ourselves, just the
Yeah.
material
Of
part.
course, with
And
the EVA foam and everything like that. Yeah.
didn't put in the hours we would literally have
Right.
to take to build it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, it would be literally just like the materials.
So this is your time to talk to your fans or people listening from Germany in your own language. Like, what do you want to say like to them?
Oh my god. It's so hard now to switch back into German for me
Yeah, go
after
back
like
to German.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ja, Eva, danke fürs Zuschauen. Schön ab, danke. Schön, dass wenigstens zwei Leute zugeguckt haben. Es war witzig. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wir schreiben dann gleich nochmal. Ja, also sagen, danke für das Interview und ich hoffe, es hat euch allen gefallen, so einen kleinen Einblick. Ja.
Okay. Yep. No, it's totally different when, well, because I'm used to interviewing American cosplayers, and so when I have an opportunity to interview a Polish cosplayer and a German cosplayer, it's like, hey, let them, do their spiel, their advertisement for their German cosplayer, because once this interview is done on Twitch, it goes over to YouTube. I'll put the link in the Discord, for that. It goes to YouTube with all of your social links, and then it goes to a podcast, all over 7 different podcasts for you, and then hopefully it gives you more attention to your cosplays and gives you more followers, more attention, and everything like that. Because that was the whole idea of the whole cosplay interview. Because during time of pandemic, during time of Corona, cosplayers are going insane, not being able to
Yeah.
go to cons, not being able to get their brand out there, because let's face it, without cons, cosplayers are struggling. They're not really having the motivation to get their cosplays together again and going to photo shoots. Even photo shoots are dangerous. He's like, Connor says, you did great. I would be so nervous. No, no. Like, the good thing about these interviews is everybody's scared at the very beginning, and then by the end, hopefully, my personality allows them to be like, "Oh, this is chill, man. Relax."
It
You
is,
know.
it is. It was really great. I
And so, but yeah, that's the whole plan of these interviews, and we do them every week, every Saturday. We do them every other Sunday. We do them, like, tomorrow. We have another interview where I interview Winter Valkyrie, and yeah, it's a fun thing for you guys to to get more attention, more
yeah.
focus to what you guys do as a cosplayer, because as a cosplayer myself, I know the blood, sweat, and tears that go into a cosplay. I know that you're struggling or doing the con crunch, or everything like that. And I appreciate you taking the time, even though it's like 10:30 at night or 11 o'clock at night.
It's almost 12, like.
Almost 12, yeah. It's like, so it's bedtime for you, of course. Uh, so thank you again for your time.
It
Okay.
was really great. I enjoyed it, and it's a really great opportunity to get to know also other countries and how it is there, and how's the cosplay scene there, and
Yeah.
yeah, just to get to know some other cosplayers who you might not get to know like in a normal way. So that was really great and really funny to do.
Yeah.
I really
And,
enjoyed it.
for those who are listening, if you liked what you see, click the follow button. It helps out us out, and also gives more incentive for us to continue these interviews. Just follow the link tree link that's in the bio, and you'll be able to pull up all of our socials and everything. But, again, thank you again, the real Morgan Stark. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That unique name, by the way, unique. So,
Really, friends idea. I have the best friends in
yeah,
the world.
very good. So take care of yourself. Have a nice time, and
Thank you.
talk to
You
you another time.
too.
All right.
Yeah, definitely.
Take
I would
care.
love to.
All right. Bye.
Bye.